welcome to my pirate ship of self-discovery. I am here to draw and talk and share talking and drawing with you. I'm glad you're here, and I am glad to be here. So, without further talking, let me start the drawing. You can see my piece of paper here has a line in the middle. That line in the middle and the line on the bottom helps me see the book. I'm making books, so I need the practice and I need the guideline. That's what it is. That's a guideline. Now, to continue, let me draw. Oh, hello, Nomopel. Hi. Now, let me draw. First is a warm-up. We always warm up our hand. We always warm up our eyes. We always warm up our mind. One of my favorite warm-up activities is to draw people, to draw lines. So I'll get a little pen here, and I will draw some people. Here's the first person style. This is common with kids. Kids like to draw the stick figure. I love it too. I love the stick figure. Good and easy. I want to show you another stick figure. Another stick figure is, I call him the U-Man, because the U-Man has this body. And I give the U-Man elbows. That's this here. Those are the elbows. And then I give the U-Man knees. See? Knees. And if you feel brave, you can give the U-Man U feet. There is an attractive quality to a simple stick figure and a simple U-Man. Imagine you have lots of little U-Men everywhere. And women, U-Men and U-Women everywhere. They say, hello, here we are. That's one of them is interesting. Two of them becomes a little army. Now I have three. Wait, let's put a stick figure on top of that man. Yes. Another one. Yes, a stick figure here. Suddenly, our simple picture, our simple little stick figures, it has a story now. Why are there little ant people crawling everywhere? It's fun. I want to show you another character that I like to draw, and this is more of the robot style. So with a head, neck, and then we do the chest. So imagine the ribs here. We do this chest shape, and then we do circles for shoulders, and then we do a line for the forearm. That's this part here, and then we give it an elbow, and then a forearm, and that's that part there. And for the hand, does it have fingers? Yeah, that's a suggestion of fingers. And then we have the elbow here, it goes down. And he wants to shake your hand, so his hand is out here. And he's reaching for you. And he wants to shake your hand. Thank you, little robot man. And then that's the belly, and then we go to the hips. And this is a man, so the hips are a little smaller than the shoulders. You see how it makes that V line? That's how I know it's a man. And then we have the hip bones here, and then we have the thigh, knees, and we come down, and that's the calf. And then we have the feet. That's a little robot man. We can grow from the stick figure to the U-Man to the robot man. And then if you want, you can make it more complicated. You can go deeper. The robot man, we can draw a face. Oh. Oh, that was not very clean. You see the face can grow with different lines and shapes. muscle, that's the shoulder, and the chest, and then we have the shoulder bones. And he's reaching here with the elbow, he's reaching out, and then with the hand, with the thumb, and the elbow. And in this way, our little character can grow from the stick figure here to the robot man here. Again, this is a man. We have to remember our goal is to have a three-dimensional man. So there's the shape here. And the hips. And that's not balanced. Okay, that's balanced. When we think about the balance of a character, we want the head to be over the legs, where we stand. Because even when we see a picture, we sense the balance. We can feel the balance. Or not. If it doesn't have balance, we notice. We feel it. Humans, we have a feeling for balance. And humans have a feeling for what's natural and unnatural. So when we make our art, we, the artist, have to understand balance. We, the artist, have to understand nature. And you can depart from nature. You can go in different directions. And that's your choice as an artist. But it's good to understand the basics first. All right, and there's my little man. But I want to give him a stick figure. Yes! Oh, I love that. And then more stick figures here. And pick me up. I'm next. Me. And again, I'm warming up my hands. Getting my hands warm so I'm making little lines. And I'm thinking about what the lines are doing. Thinking about my little characters. It reminds me of Gulliver and Gulliver's Travels. This is like Gulliver, yes? And he's got the Lilliputians all around him. Funny, that's the famous story, Gulliver and the Lilliputians. But Gulliver went for a long journey. It wasn't just one land he visited. He visited many lands. And he saw many things. You should read the book of Gulliver's Travels. It's really a great book. Old book. An old satire. An old science fiction fantasy book. We can learn a lot from our old books. And our new books, too. Alright, so there are my little characters. What do you think? What do you think? Would you like to draw those little characters? It's a good idea. Good idea. You can draw too. And in this way, warm up your hands. And in this way, have a good time. Now, I will move on to my next task. My next task is a little more ambitious. I want to draw the first page of my next story. I have to admit, I don't really know where to begin. So let me begin with my colors. Let me choose the right color. To choose the color, I need to find my characters. Where are they? Let's go here. Let's open up my characters. Ah, okay, here's my friends. That's one color. And another color. Ding. Alright, so I'll use these colors and I'll go back to the shapes. So I believe, what do I want to do? I want to have dragonfly and hatch flying together. So let's do. Okay, I like that shape. And then here is Hatch's shape. His head and his nose, and he's flying. Now my baby dragon here, he flies a little bit like a squirrel. a flying squirrel in my imagination. All right, so we have this shape. How do we like that? Okay, we like that position. And now let's put dragonfly somewhere in balance. Well, before we do I like that? No. Let's see if I can move it about. Let's move it just this way. Okay, just a little bit more dynamism, a little more line. Okay, the line is stronger this way. Now let's do dragonfly flying. All right, where do we put dragonfly? Let's give them a little task. Let's put dragonfly underneath. Let's say dragonfly is trying to push. Let's say dragonfly is trying to push hatch up. All right. So I like that. I like to give them a little bit of a challenge together. All right, so the challenge is dragonfly is pushing hatch. And let's make dragonfly a little bit bigger and put him closer. Okay, a little bit bigger. All right. See, I'm looking at their heads. For other artists out here, I'm looking at their heads, their head size, right there. And are their heads the same size? It helps me to organize. It helps me to see, is it one picture? It's about the feeling. Are they together? Now they're in the middle ground. There's something happening in the foreground also. So I have these two characters that I'm going to bring into the show. I have these two characters I will bring into the story. And they should be accurate with my words. And they will be here in the foreground, in the front. Okay, so let's do a little head. Lion head is a triangle. And then the shape of his shoulders goes like this. And one shoulder is the front, one shoulder is the back. See how that uses it together, and he's pulling. Here's his hand, it pulls. And then the other hand comes here, and it stretches, pulls. All right. And then he has this curve in his body because his hips are, no, I don't want to do that. See, because his body pulls, his legs are shaped like this, and so pulling. What do our legs do when we pull things? They press, and they walk backwards. Okay, I like that. But it's a little too much in the middle. Too much in the middle, so let's move him closer here. All right, I see it. And now let's bring our bear. Let's bring our bear in here. Okay, so the bear shape, let's see, his head is here, right? But we have a square here, square. All right, and he's the same. He's doing the same thing. He's pulling. Let's get the shoulders right. He's pulling, so one shoulder here, one shoulder here, and elbow to here. All right. And he's pulling. Okay. And again, same thing. His hips are back because his legs are pushing and pulling, and they're working together. Like heave, ho, Hee-ho. I really wish my sons would work together. And when they're in a good mood, they work together. But when they're in a bad mood, they don't work together. Alright, do you ever feel like that? And when you're in a good mood, it's easy to work together. And when you're in a bad mood, it's hard to work together. Welcome to real life. It's easy when I feel full in my belly and rested in my head and peaceful in my heart. I can work with the most difficult individuals when everything is cool inside, everything is right. But when things are not right inside, there's a challenge. So, what's it look like? What's it look like? What do I want to do here? Now, I like this, but I'm a little worried because I didn't make a strong story for Hatch and Dragonfly. So let's save it and let's kind of go backwards. With story, before we introduce these two characters, maybe we need to grow Hatch and Dragonflies. No, this will be a very busy book, so I need all the pages. How do we move forward? Okay, well, I know what goes next. The next thing is I need to, this is the sketch. And now we'll do the figure lines. Figure lines, I like to do figure lines in black. Here I am, let's make the sketch a little lighter. Right, so I'm not I will be overwhelmed. If I see too much color, it overwhelms me. Alright, let's use the Bezier curve, which is tricky, to create our line. Okay, so one strong line for his feet and legs. Uh-oh. Let's get a little closer so that I can be exact. Alright. There's a leg. Now let's give Hatch a thumb. Alright. And it's his shoulder. Let's give Hatch his strong guiding tail. Baby dragon flies. Let's correct this little line before we go too much further. We want the line to be balanced, so we move the line. Yes, yes. All these shapes together. Alright, lines moving together, and then this line comes a little closer and it tapers, it gets smaller. Alright. Not too much. Have you ever seen a flying squirrel fly? It's quite amazing. They're amazing little creatures. Yes, I like that. And now let's do the flying squirrel wing. Is that accurate? Somewhat. Let's not worry about it. It's my flying squirrel. It's my little dragon. How accurate can it be? As accurate as I need to tell the story. Because that's what this is really about. Story. I had this insight today I'd like to share, and I will grow this insight over time, I feel. To make it more clear for everybody. But humans have many appetites, and our appetite for food has a limit. We can only eat so much food. It's a lot of food. We can eat a lot of food. And humans as a culture, a civilization, we eat a lot of food. But there's other appetites. We need spaces to live. And we need water. There's a pyramid. Imagine a pyramid of all of our desires and appetites. Now you know this if you've studied anything. You know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We have a needs to eat, and we have needs for shelter, we have needs for water, and we have needs for family. What's funny is that we satisfy all those needs very well. Well, in the developed world, we truly do. All the food we need, all the shelter we need. But that's not my insight. My insight is more related to how our appetite for art is almost infinite. There's a limit to how much food and shelter we need as humans. There's a limit to how many friends we have, if you've noticed. There's a limit to all of these things. But maybe our appetite for art is unlimited. That's my insight. That's my wild idea for the day. We need art. We need art. We need so much art. And maybe we need an infinite amount of art. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, there will be a demand for your art. Grow your art. We need it. And that's not just some idealistic command. Like, oh, we need your art. We need you to be creative. What if it's something deeper than that? What if it's about artificial intelligence? What if it's about our civilization? We need the art. We need the creativity. We need to grow together. And art helps us grow like that. Food, there's a limit. Shelter, friendship, limit. But whatever art, there is no limit. We need the art. We need all of it. We need your art. If you ever doubt, oh, my art is not good, or oh, gosh, I can't make a living with my art. Wait, I hear you. We hear you. All of us artists have the same question. Oh, it's not good enough. Oh, I'm not making enough money. Oh, we hear you. Every artist has the exact same problem. You have to trust that. But you also must trust that your art is necessary. We need it. And that's not an abstract, crazy philosophy. It's true. We need your art. All of humanity needs your art. All right, let's get dragonfly. Dragonfly. All right, again, his shoulders are back here like this. And his little back over here. And he's being very encouraging to his little friend. He's lifting. As much as a dragonfly might be able to lift a flying baby dragon. Would you go flying with your friends? Oh, I would. I don't even have to think about it. Yes. I would go flying with my friends. I would love to go flying with my friends. In fact, there are some friends I know who I have flown with, metaphorically, figuratively, maybe literally. Yeah. I have flown with some friends, literally, actually. That's fun to think about. Just like Dragonfly is helping his friend fly right now. Oh, his antenna's too big. That's about right. It gives me great joy to draw these little characters. I didn't know the joy of bringing these two characters to life. I didn't know it was going to give me so much joy. And that's another reason why art is necessary. Art is necessary. Oh, your art is necessary because it makes you feel good. That's a simple thing to say, and it's totally real. I have a good friend who we've stayed in contact over the years. He's a magnificent artist, a musician. He understands music in a way that I admire it. I envy it. I wish I could play my little ukulele the way he plays every instrument he touches. Truly amazing. And he says very much the same thing, that his music gives him joy. He likes it. And when you ask him, like, how did you get so good? Oh, practice. You just feel the music. You play and feel the music. And if you enjoy it, you just keep doing it. And that's the truth. If you enjoy it, you just keep doing it. Right, so this is going to be a little tricky. How do I show his little eye right there? Just a little bit of an eye. Let's move it a little bit right there. Okay. Because we're giving suggestions of form. There is no form. It's a piece of paper. It's not real. None of this is real. It's just a suggestion. Well, let's see, does it make a good enough suggestion? Okay, it is a suggestion. Okay, good. That's enough. This is not Michelangelo. This is a children's book. And I want to make the suggestion. That's the idea. A suggestion. Little legs, cute little little dragonfly legs. Dragonflies and damselflies. Oh, they're so beautiful, those two little creatures. Great respect for those little creatures. Dragonflies and damselflies, filling up our mosquito skies. And when they're done, there's so much less biting insects to distress. Dragonflies and damselflies, thank you for protecting us. Again, suggestions of legs. Oops, let's move it to here. Alright, and then let's move it to his wings, because I kind of have a format for his wings. It's a size 8 line, and when he's flying, the lines are not really connected to anything. Like that. Oh no, I liked it. I don't like that part. Yes. Too many straight lines really ruin the experience for me. No, it's too fat. That line is too fat. Disappear. Alright, no thick lines for wings. Wings are wispy, moving. Yes. Now, because he's pushing, I want to give this feeling of pushing. Messed up. Control Z. Undo. Alright, and then let's give him his eye. It's gonna get small in there because he's looking at his friend. Right, we'll do that all. Okay. How's it look? Okay, step back. How's it look? Big picture. I like it. I like it. That's giving me the suggestion. It's giving me the feeling of a dragonfly helping his friend. Yes? A dragonfly helping his friend fly a little bit. Okay. So, what's next? Next is lion and bear. Lion and bear. Now, I drew this happily the other day. I happily drew this, and so now I'm going to kind of copy it. Here, ding. They were pulling, and now we're going to put it in the story. Saving my work. All right, here we go. Let's get those lines. Let's get those lines. This time they're not looking at me. Oops. They're not looking at us this time. They're looking at their rope. Now, to my son, who's probably watching later, and he says, Daddy, that's not triangle like you said. True. Here's the triangle. And let's think of maybe like this. Is it one triangle and two triangles together? That's the triangle for lion. And also lion's eyes are not real triangles, right? not real triangles. But again, it's like a suggestion of triangles. Alright, that is quite a little mischief maker, if I say so myself. Those eyes. Travioso. Changnam Kuruki. That's right. That's what I see right there in that little lion. Right there. Now, can I create a similar feeling in the bear over here? That's the goal. Can I do it? Can I make the bear a little bit of a trickster too? All right. Yes, I already see it. I see it. Oh, the little lip. I don't know if I like that lip. Let's just bring it in to there. Okay. All right. And then I want this bear to have big ears. And let's reduce this line to about here. And then and then the eyes. How do we, let's create, let's make some little trickster eyes. Troublemaker, mischievous. How do we do that? How are we gonna do that? Some mischievous eyes for our little bear. But not a triangle. Okay, let's do it in a rectangle. Do I like that? I don't know if I like that. It's just not mischievous enough for the first page. It's a little bit pleading. I don't want to plead with the eyes. I want to. A little bit of mischief. Well, what makes mischievous eyes is they're slant. Let's move it. Let's move the whole eye. Okay. And here, let's do this again. Okay. Let's move that eye. Okay. Still not satisfied, so we're going to work until I'm satisfied. We're working at it until I'm satisfied. Alright, well, the way we might have to do it is we might have to make it up. Alright, we'll give him eyebrows. Little bear has eyebrows. And one is up. And he has fuzz in his ears. Just his character. Alright, well, now let's go back to the Bezier curve. And, oh, I cannot go to Bezier curve yet. You go back to the pen because the lion has lion hair. Lion hair is called a mane. He has a lion's mane. And so you can see again the triangles. Lion has triangles. Close those lines. That'll be important later. All right. Erase this. There we go. Terrific. Your lion's mane looks terrific. Okay. And now let's go back to Bezier curve. Let's finish out these lines. Do we have time? We do have time. Good, good, good. Okay, so pulling, and then we come to the elbow. We come down to the hand. Right. And then come down to the hand. And now I'm not following my sketch. Instead, I'm using what I know about grabbing. What do I know about grabbing? When you grab a rope, your hand takes this shape, like that. That's his right hand. So it's like this shape, thumb on top and the fingers curl around. Now after some practice, I learned how to make these shapes. I didn't always know how to make these shapes. You know what I mean? You have to teach yourself what the body does. And there are some good artists, great artists we can learn from. I think that's an important thing. We can learn from artists and study what other artists are doing. And in that way, we become better artists. Studying from other artists. I'm not worried about AI. In the same way a lot of people are worried about AI. Are you worried about artificial intelligence? I'm not really worried about it. The reason I'm not worried about it is because there are things that humans know how to do. There are things that humans will always do. And I think that humans will continue to do those things. Maybe forever? Maybe forever. For example, we like to learn from other people. We need human teachers. And I can hear the uproar right now. I can hear the technologists and the advocates of AI saying, no, AI can take the job of a teacher. Some teachers, yes. Some teachers will not continue. And maybe I should also admit that some schools will not continue because AI will take their job. We can already see it, but some teachers are irreplaceable. This is all a metaphor. You must understand this is a metaphor that is true for many, many fields of human work. We will not replace humans in some places. We might want to, we might think we can, but where we need art, where we need human connection, we cannot have AI do it. We can think of lots of situations where human connection is important. In those places, AI will not replace the human worker. Now here's his tail. We're going to have his tail go up and around to here. Kind of make a little appearance over here. But we'll also erase this part. Let's turn off the sketch. This is something you learn. You have to turn off the sketch when you want to do a figure erasing because it will reappear. Or, here, I'll show you. Bring it all back, bring it all back. Oop, I like that stuff. I like that stuff. Come on now. Okay. Oh, okay. So if I have this sketch here, you can see if I erase it, the little line doesn't erase right. Stressful. So I make the sketch disappear. And now I can erase the vector line very easily. Cool, right? I had to learn that the hard way. Lots of stuff we have to learn the hard way. And I think humanity will learn that, AI is not some silver bullet for all of our problems. It might create more problems than it solves, like energy. AI is already an energy problem. Don't believe me? Ask the pros. AI uses a lot of energy. So much energy. It's really kind of stressful. All right, so I put myself into a hard spot because I can see this line here. Let me do it in a sketch. I can see this line here is the rope. All right, so this line is the rope. You're stressing me out. All right, so I need to do the bear's hands along that rope line too. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do it. Let's put the bear. Let's put the bear to work. Come on, put the bear to work. Not in the sketch zone, in the figure line zone. Thank you. Okay. So when your arm is pulling back like that, and our shoulder actually goes back too. And when our shoulder goes back, it lets our elbow go back. And if your elbow is back, then you can make a grab further up the rope. Like here. Good job, bear. That's exactly right. That's exactly where you want to grab it. All right, come in to the bear thumb. Now, real bears don't have thumbs. You know that, right? Real bears don't have thumbs. I'm sorry. Let's not be angry about that. But this is an anthropomorphized bear. This bear looks like a human because it's a story. And we do know that people like stories with other people. And so we use this idea of a bear to tell the story. It's not the first time you've seen it. You've seen lots of these stories with human-like characters. And that's an old thing. It did not start with Disney movies. We see lots of myths and legends where the characters are actually animal creatures with human voices. Very normal. Lots of history. All right, little bear, you're doing some work. Little bear doing work. I love it. Okay. Now he's also pulling, so his booty is down here, he's pulling. All right, and his knee comes out here, right there. All right, and we'll bring that down here, and then this other leg and his other foot pulling. One foot after the other. All right. Let me see how that looks from a distance. All right, cool. There's some little things about the little bear I want to do. The little bear does have a tail, and in profile we can see it. And Little Bear has a half moon shape on his chest that we'll do freehand with pencil, uh, just like we did with the lion. It'll create this texture, this sense, this feeling that I want. Because art is so much about feeling. Let's stick out a little bit there. Stick out, stick out, stick out, stick out. Okay, cool. And then we'll erase. There. Lovely. I love that. That's exactly what I want. And then we'll do their eyes. And their eyes are looking at what they're pulling. Great. And one little thing, and this is important for my character. This little bear has hair. Like that. And little dinosaur spikes. And we'll do it freehand too, so it's like a little texture. And I'll be like that every time I draw his character. It's pleasant. Alright, let's take a step back. Cool. Alright, so those are the lines, and that's the image, and now that I have that, I can change these guys. And I'll move them up for the composition, for the whole experience. Because what you can see here that what I've done is I've created a line between these two. Right? Our eyes first see the top left here, and then our eyes go down to here. That's the experience. That's the way we read. So we see the dragonfly and hatch flying, and then we look down and we see the lion and the bear pulling something, but you can't see it yet because it's off screen. So let me move into here and get the rope. Alright, so let's start here. Get it right. I want to get it right the first time. Well, let's get it mostly right. Alright. Mostly right. Then let's clean up the lines. Cannot see this line. Cannot see this line. All right. And because it's behind, you cannot see that part of him. You can't see that line. Let's clean that up. And cannot see that line. Can't see that line because it's pulling. Can't see the tail. Can't see his body there. Oh, can't see his body here. So checking, is the rope making one complete shape? And a little thick here, so let's make it a little less. Okay, clean, 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 and then we do the end of the rope over here. Clean that up. Clean that up. All right. Then we have rope, and we have our little guys are pulling this thing that's off screen. And this is the beginning of the story. The beginning of the story is this mystery that we've created. Now it's rope, so rope has a shape. Rope has a shape, and we want to create the shape with this spirally line. This is all line work. This is the busy part that sits underneath our drawing. This is the busy part that sits underneath our drawing, like the skeleton. And I am not a master at line work. No, no. I'm just one more artist trying to live and feed my family. Just one more artist having a human experience. And I've made it real today. All right, I did make it real. Dun, 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 dun. I made it real, a little bit real for today. I save it, I'll keep it. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on my pirate ship of self-discovery. I sure love doing this, and I hope that you can enjoy it too. If you have any questions, please be sure to send me some questions, and I will continue to make this art again and again because I love it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.